Thank you, William, and thank you everyone for being this incredible community and for continuing to call each other on your shit when you need to call each other on your shit, because that's important. And yeah, just thank you for being amazing. This is an excerpt from a weird novel, and this is the first time we're meeting these characters. Blocked and bleeding, Steph is blind, deaf, and dumb to the bell tolling in the chapel, to the bee dying on the windowsill, to the drip, drip, drop of coffee as it leaks out of the pewter mug that she had called up from one of her stories and made reality in an Oxfam on a hot summer day. She holds her hands over her mouth and bites them, pondering cannibalism. Nat, do you think it's true we taste like chicken? I don't taste like... Nat, wake up already, Nat. Out of a pool of drool and night sweats rises Nat. He is a shadow of a giant rather than the monster itself, the hilt rather than the blade, i.e. threatening, sort of. Nobody I know ever tasted like chicken, Nat says. But you haven't really ingested people, only parts of them, only temporarily. Yes, that's good, only temporarily. Ingest and then disgorge. Fingers trembling, she reaches out for the keyboard, and behind her, the cramped room's walls grow closer together with Nat stretching, filling out the empty space. Her womb yields and the fist pumps inside it. Liquid flows down between her legs into the small cup lodged tightly inside her, folded in on itself. There are people who drink blood, she recalls. She wonders if her liquid is bloody enough to tempt vampiric wannabes. Isn't there something holy about womb blood, woman blood, almost potential baby blood, something sacred, blessed, even if Eve and every woman after was a sinner? We're all sinners, Steph whispers, her fingers typing blindly at the frozen, broken computer. You started early today, Nat doesn't ask. Steph is deaf, blind, dumb, though she speaks through her lips and sees through her eyes and hears through her ears, but her senses add up to nothing, since the most important thing is gone, gone, gone. Why not show Nat the pills? Why not share? Have a party. She is laughing now and happy because she has a Nat to share things with. And he is saying, oh, bugger, pushing her off the bed and telling her to vom on the floor and not in bed if she has to, while he gets her water from the loos. Sleep is like flying when she does it. But there is nothing like her craft, and her craft is blocked, taken away in a dream of hunting, feuding men, fighting over land and trees and deserts so desolate and dry and ugly that nobody wants to live there anyway. Except it is her home, that desert. They are walking all over her birthright and lifeblood, her womb blood, her fear blood, her fear, her frown, her furrowed brow, her thoughts and throat threatened, taken by these men, mean men. What do they mean, these men? Lie on your back, says a voice. Not lying, I'm not lying, she yells. They're not lies, a pack of lies. I'm not a pack of Liza, dear Liza, there's a hole in the bucket. Dear Liza, there's a hole in the bucket. Dear Liza, a hole, not whole, holy. Am I holy? Holy myself? Nat, am I? Where did my words go? Where, Nat? Where were we when we wanted what we were? What, where, who, white, water? I'm thirsty. Morning, eh? What a bloody morning you gave me. Witch. What? I said, bitch. I'm thirsty, Nat, please. He gets up and paces unevenly out of the 3 white curtains that surround and close her off. The curtains are held up by metal rungs and rings and a cracked gray ceiling above it all that reminds her of rain clouds, and she wants the cracks to open like the rocks that Moses broke with his cane. Was it him who did that? That blessed stubborn man who never got to see the home he always wished for? Just like her, she knows she won't. She will never get a cabin in the woods with a dog and a typewriter and all her needs taken care of by a god, or at least by the people who believe in her words enough to believe that the drips and drops and dabbles on the page, and what were the tablets if not the pages of the ancients, are sacred in some way or another. Water comes in the form of a nurse made up of many % of the stuff, who also happens to be holding a cup filled with it, and who begins to check for vitals and fevers and liquids, and Steph wants to point out that she too is made of water, but that her thirst is still there, even so. She drinks and keeps silent, allowing her arms to be checked for puncture holes which aren't there. Her skin is perfect, pure as seashells, worn smooth by wave upon wave of salt water pounding on a seashore of gritty, grainy sand dunes. Thank you.